Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, I'm going to react to George Carlin, The Illusion of Security. Now, I love George Carlin. You guys know that by now. You know, I wish he was still with us, because you just know that, you know, the last sort of 5 years would have given him so much material, so much material. He would have just had enough material probably for the rest of his career. You know, the observations that he made, in these comedy sets, which were filmed, I think some of them like in the 70s, 80s maybe. A lot of them are really, really, really relevant today. So I'm eager to see what he's gonna talk about here. The illusion of security, maybe something to do about maybe the lives we live that we think are safe, but anything can happen to you at any given time. Maybe something like that. I'm not sure, but it's gonna be good. Let's do it.
And that's another thing they don't like at the airport, jokes. Yeah, you can't joke about a bomb. Well, why is it just jokes? What about a riddle? How about a limerick? How about a bomb anecdote? No punchline, just a really cute story.
You better not say that word at an airport. Oh my God. That has probably got to be the quickest way to get yourself put on a no-fly list.
Or suppose you intended the remark, not as a joke, but as an ironic musing. Are they prepared to make that distinction? Why, I think not. And besides, who's to say what's funny? Airport security is a stupid idea, it's a waste of money, and it's only there for one reason: to make white people feel safe. That's all. The illusion. The feeling and illusion of safety.
I'm guessing this was filmed before a certain thing happened in 2001.
Authorities know they can't make an airplane completely safe. Too many people have access. You'll notice the drug smugglers don't seem to have a lot of trouble getting their little packages on board, do they? No, and God bless them too. Oh. And by the way, an airplane flight shouldn't be completely safe. You need a little danger in your life. Take a fucking chance once in a while, will you? What are you gonna do? Play with your prick for another 30 years? What, are you gonna read People magazine and eat at Wendy's till the end of time? Take a fucking chance. Besides, even if they made all of the airplanes completely safe, the terrorists would simply start bombing other places that are crowded. Porn shops, crack houses, titty bars, and gangbangs. Entertainment venues.
I mean, yeah, he's not wrong. Like, one of those happened in Manchester here a couple of years back. It was awful. I think it was, how many people died? Maybe 20-something or 30-something.
The odds of you being killed by a terrorist are practically zero. So I say relax and enjoy the show. You have to be a realist. You have to be realistic about terrorism. Certain groups of people, Muslim fundamentalists, Christian fundamentalists, Jewish fundamentalists, and just plain guys from Montana are going to continue to make life in this country very interesting for a long, long time.
I'm guessing, was the Unabomber, was he from Montana?
That's the reality. Angry men in combat fatigues talking to God on a two-way radio and muttering incoherent slogans about freedom are eventually going to provide us with a great deal of entertainment. Especially after your stupid fucking economy collapses all around you and the terrorists come out of the woodwork, and you'll have anthrax in your water supply and sarin gas in your air conditioners. There'll be chemical and biological suitcase bombs in every city, and I say enjoy it. Relax. Enjoy the show. Take a fucking chance. Put a little fun in your life. To me, terrorism is exciting. It's exciting. I think the very idea that you can set off a bomb in a marketplace and kill several hundred people is exciting and stimulating, and I see it as a form of entertainment. Entertainment, that's all it is.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Really, George?
But I also know that most Americans are soft and frightened and unimaginative, and they don't realize there's such a thing as dangerous fun. And they certainly don't recognize a good show when they see one. I have always been willing to put myself at great personal risk for the sake of entertainment. And I've always been willing to put you at great personal risk for the same reason. As far as I'm concerned, all of this airport security, all the searches, the screenings, the cameras, the questions, it's just one more way of reducing your liberty and reminding you that they can fuck with you anytime they want, as long as you put up with it.
To be fair, airport security, man, it takes so long. I don't understand how, scanners aren't able to scan your entire, hand luggage, without having to empty everything. Surely we've got scanners and x-rays that can see inside your thing without you having to open it up and, put your electronics in one tray and, your liquids in a little bag.
As long as you put up with it, which means, of course, any time.
And why is there 100 milliliter limit on things? Why is that?
Time they want, because that's what Americans do now. They're always willing to trade away a little of their freedom in exchange for the feeling, the illusion of security. What we have now is a completely neurotic population obsessed with security and safety and crime and drugs and cleanliness and hygiene and germs. There's another thing, germs. Where did this sudden fear of germs come from in this country? Have you noticed this? The media constantly running stories about all the latest infections, salmonella, E. coli, hantavirus, bird flu, and Americans they panic easily, so now everybody's running around scrubbing this and spraying that and overcooking their food and repeatedly washing their hands, trying to avoid all contact with germs. It's ridiculous.
And to be fair, you need germs, don't you? Some exposure to them to build up your immune system.
And it goes to ridiculous lengths. In prisons, before they give you a lethal injection, they swab your arm with alcohol.
Really?
It's true. It's true.
Why on earth
It's true.
do that?
Well, they don't want you to get an infection. And you can see their point. Wouldn't want some guy to go to hell and be sick. It would take a lot of the sportsmanship out of the whole execution. Fear of germs, why these fucking pussies? You can't even get a decent hamburger anymore. They cook the shit out of everything now because everybody's afraid of food poisoning. Hey, where's your sense of adventure? Take a fucking chance, will you? You know how many people die in this country from food poisoning every year? 9,000. That's all. It's a minor risk. Take a fucking chance.
To be fair, food poisoning is awful though. Oh my God. I remember eating some dodgy fish once and I was sick for, I think over a week, it's awful, constantly on the toilet. I pretty much lived on the toilet seat for that whole week.
Bunch of goddamn pussies. Besides, what do you think you have an immune system for? It's for killing germs. But it needs practice. It needs germs to practice on.
He's not wrong.
So listen. If you kill all the germs around you and live a completely sterile life, then when germs do come along, you're not going to be prepared. And never mind ordinary germs, what are you going to do when some super virus comes along that turns your vital organs into liquid shit? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to get sick, you're going to die, and you're going to deserve it because you're fucking weak and you got a fucking weak immune system. Now, God damn it.
He definitely has a point. It feels like, compared to when I was growing up, it feels like life is a lot more, uptight. We're a lot more worried about stuff, a lot more concerned about things. I used to play out with my friends, when I was a little kid. We would, go to each other's houses without telling our parents. We'd play outside. I used to walk. I used to walk. So my school at one point in Hackney was about maybe half a mile from my house, maybe a bit more than that. And I remember walking my two sisters back, just me and them, when I was I must have been 9. And so my immediate sister, Deja, must have been 7. And then my other sister must have been 5. And we would walk back by ourselves. Nowadays, could you imagine you saw 3 kids by themselves walking, crossing roads and stuff like that? You would be a lot of people would be like, where the hell are your parents? Times have definitely changed. I don't know if it's for the better, because I guess there are a lot of risks, with abductions and stuff like that. But, you know, I do feel like we should be a bit more free, you know, like a bit more relaxed. But I guess it's a personal choice, isn't it? But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.